was thinking about
and all of those things. So it's like you want to do this outreach and that, and these things that you do, and it's like,
feedback.
Right after this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you, I'm not sure.
All right, cool.
But
these are fantastic.
Aileen always tells me that too. But this was a real investor back. They would be like, this was a bad idea.
My son was 19, and he did this in high school. It's Pepper College.
Oh.
He did it in his high school.
It's for you.
And he told me, so make sure
Very
you're hard on it.
realistic, but also
exactly.
that it's
Like, they were really hard on us. But it was fair.
Yeah.
It was fair. He's like, we were going to move forward with it. It was like, it wasn't a good idea.
strategy.
So there are these girls here that have been 2 years in a row, have really been business.
You don't get leads from
And
film.
last year,
You get
just 30 minutes, just put some shit.
you get brand reputation.
Geez,
Now
you know,
there's this
like, you don't have any,
image that you
understand, you don't have any analysis.
serious, valuable asset.
And they go, no, no, this is different. Because they get paid for,
Like, you know, once we get this down,
Yeah,
tow truck drivers. It wasn't that.
because they give.
because there's, you know, like,
Well, we don't know. So a year later, they call me.
I've seen that before.
Right there, all I tried. We're still working on our
The Bronx factor.
Is that the new one? There's just the one.
so big.
I think the second prize is 10.
And they, they just want to
to everybody.
So that's
one
kind of
to
a
you specifically.
quick
But
thing.
it's called the Bronx factor.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yes, of course. We're trying to get this space to do education.
Hello, my name is Hani Gargis. I am the Dean of the O'Malley School of Business. I'm thrilled to welcome you to our 12th Innovation Challenge. Over the next few minutes, I would like to just share with you some of information about Manhattan University and how we value our Innovation Challenge. As some of you might know that School of Business starts established in 1927. In 2018 is named after Mr. O'Malley following his contributions. O'Malley School of Business offers a wide variety of majors and minors ranging from economics, finance, business analytics, information system, accounting, management, marketing, global business. Our students also have the opportunity to study and specializations in quantitative economics, sport management, risk management, talent, decision making and talent management. So we provide wide variety of courses for our students and different specializations. At O'Malley School of Business, we prioritize collaboration with other schools and other departments. And we partner with with mathematics and computer science and engineering to offer different degrees like dual major in economics and mathematics, finance and mathematics, and our entrepreneurship and innovation championed by Winston. We are proud to be among the top 5% worldwide school business that receives accreditation from the AACSB, which is a golden standard in business educations. Also, the CFA recognized 2 of our programs, economics and finance. And as you guys might know, CFA is the golden standard in the industry. Our faculties are not only dedicated professors, but they're also accomplished scholars. In the last 5 years, faculty at O'Malley School of Business, they have more than 500 intellectual contributions, about 116 peer review articles. They attend more than 120 innovations conferences. We also care about extracurriculum activities, and our students will have the opportunity to participate in many national competition like the Fed College Challenge, Innovation Challenge, Business Analytics Challenge, the CFA Challenge, and many other clubs. And what also unique about our school is that they have the opportunity students will have the opportunity to participate in research through the Thiki and the Jasper Fellowship. many of my students and my colleagues' students and participating in professional conference and publishing in A and B journals that we are very proud of. Our graduates are very well connected with the top firms in the industry, ranging from Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Federal Reserve Bank of New York, and so on. Two of our notable alumni will be Steve Squeri, the president and the CEO of American Express, and Len Martin, the president of the stock exchange market. I would like to conclude this segment about Manhattan University by sharing with you some of our future plans. So starting from fall 2026, we are starting 4 master's degrees in business analytics, financial analytics, digital marketing and analytics, and accounting and analytics. And we are in the process of conducting significant revision for our undergraduate curriculum. For example, right now, most of our students accepted in management and marketing next year will have the opportunity to study artificial intelligence and coding and machine learning for 1 year. Let's go back to innovations. I'm going to wear my hat as macroeconomist. One of the main indicator for the standard of living is the growth rate in real GDP. And if you look at the growth rate in real GDP, you find that it's the sum of the growth rate for different components. One of them is productivity, labor force participation rate, number of hours per workers, working population, and so on. If you go back and study the main source for fluctuation in the growth rate of real GDP, it comes from productivity. And significant number of studies establish the positive correlation between innovations and productivities. Even some of the international studies show that innovations will have stronger impact in economic growth than other factor of productions like labor and capital. Empirical studies even show that if you increase gross sales per worker by 10%, productivity will go up by 2.5. If you study those different components, you can see that the hope for the future comes from productivity and comes from innovations. And this is what you guys are doing today. Our competition will offer $10,000 startup money, $5,000 for the first place, $2,500 second place, $1,500 third place, and $1,000 for favorites, the audience favorite. I would like to welcome you again, and I hope that you will have a wonderful competition. Thank you for coming and participating in the competitions.
Thank you, Dean Jurgis. Again, my name is Winston Peters. I am the program director of the entrepreneurship program here at Manhattan University called Entrepreneurs at MU. I almost said MC, but it's MU, where we combine academics and experiential learning to bring ideas to the world. And that's what really today is all about. So today, it is my distinct honor to welcome everyone to the 12th Annual Innovation Challenge Final Competition. We've been doing this for 12 years, and it has been growing by leaps and bounds by each year. Today, we celebrate the culmination of these students, all these student groups' journey to get here to this point, to the final competition. There were over 10 teams that initially participated. Now we're down to the final 6, and very excited about that. As I look into the room of esteemed guests, I see family and friends. I see students here to support their fellow classmates. I see panel of expert judges who are alumni as well as entrepreneurs within different sectors. I have to give a shout out to the teams who really poured into this challenge, and we're going to see the manifestation of that work. Also, I do want to say a special welcome to our high school guests from Cardinal Hayes High School. They represent the future of innovation. Hopefully, they'll be future Jaspers as well. No pressure. Again, as I look at all of the different teams here today, they share a common purpose to innovate, to create, to solve problems that really, to make a real impact in the world. And thinking about this competition started out as a challenge, but it involved as a testament of student grit as well as collaboration. Like over the academic year, these students have tackled real problems, developed real solutions that have the potential to have a real impact within the business world. I was reading this morning, short story, I was reading this morning and I saw that StubHub, the ticketing platform, is filing for an IPO. And so I decided to do a little more research around the company, and come to find out StubHub was created by 2 college students as a class project. I won't say which school, but it was created as a class project, and now they're filing for an IPO. I say all that to say that I truly believe Manhattan College, the talent we have at Manhattan College, can create the next billion-dollar company. I truly believe that. This competition, well, here at Manhattan, has a long and proud tradition of fostering innovation, and we're going to see that on display today through all of the different teams participating. To the finalists all throughout the room, your dedication, your passion, your spirit has brought you here, and regardless of the outcome, everyone should be proud of themselves of just making it here to the final of this competition. To our esteemed guests, thank you for joining us today here in person as well as online. Your presence underscores the importance of supporting as well as celebrating the next generation of innovators. And I'm just happy to see all of these different faces here today. Again, esteemed guests from all different places, thank you for being here as well as online. Again, I'm incredibly excited to get this competition on the road. Before we get to that, one, I do want to make sure that you download the digital program. We care about paper, but you can take a picture of the QR code so that you can follow along with the program. Where are we? And so again, you can scan the barcode so that you can have the program. With that, I do want to introduce the judges. First, we have Mike Kelly, a Manhattan alum, is the managing partner of Yellow Threads Ventures, which funds early stage and growth-oriented companies. Mike has also created and founded On Call International in 1995, sold the company to Tokyo Marine Insurance Company. Mike also serves as president, President of Ronald McDonald House. Ronald McDonald House, doing exceptional work. Our second judge, we have Floritza Gomez. Floritza is the founder and CEO of Floritza Flavors. She has established a culinary brand drawing from her rich tradition of Dominican cuisine, with a focus on promoting food justice and increasing access to nutrition, culinary, authentic ingredients as well, who is also a Manhattan alum. Thank you both for being here. The next judge that we have here is Brian Sullivan, entrepreneur and author. Brian founded Sullivan Engineering, focused on providing great service with fantastic people that share similar values. Brian, his work earned him a spot on the Inc. 5000 list 5 straight years in a row. And Brian has also co-authored a book with his wife called Entrepreneurial Trinity. Please check it out as well.
Thanks for the plug.
No problem. Last but not least, we have Dan Herdoon, who isn't a Manhattan alum, but we won't hold that against you. but Dan is a entrepreneur and real estate executive who founded Create Hub, which is a creative co-working space in the Mott Haven section of the Bronx, giving access to founders and different creatives. Dan also serves on the board of the Bronx Economic Development Corporation as well. Thank you for being here. I think it's important to have business owners outside of the four walls of the institution to really make this an even more richer experience as well. A little housekeeping as we move forward. Wrong thing. wrong thing. So the pitch format. The pitch format will be 5-minute pitches by the student teams, and there will be 6 minutes for Q&A by the judges. Again, I will be keeping time to make sure you don't go over your 5 minutes. So, and with that, everyone already knows that. And with that as well, what the judges will be, what is the judging criteria? The judging criteria will be based on value proposition, market and customer development, the economics of your business as a startup, your organization and execution, presentation style, as well as content. So that will be the judging criteria that our expert judges will be judging the startup teams on. And with that, is there anything else? No, I think that is it. With that, we'll be moving on. Here are the teams. Before we get to the teams and to the pitches, there will be an opportunity for audience favorite. So at the end of the pitches, we will conduct an audience favorite for those online as well as those here to pick who is the audience favorite. As the dean mentioned, the audience favorite receives $1,000 to help you further your entrepreneurial endeavors as well. And so with that, let's get started. And again, for those at home, please scan the QR code so you can follow along. And with that, first team up is VibeView.
Something's wrong with the format.
What's this?
Hold on.
Oh, he's got it. You know the role, right? Yeah. All right, hello everybody. I'm excited to present VibeView, an app that's disrupting an age-old industry. My name is Andrew Pesci. I'm joined by Sam Angelo and Aliana Taniazov. And I want you to imagine this. I'm moving over here a little bit. You guys are getting ready for a night out, but you have no idea where to go.
Hold on. Mike?
Mind if we
Yep.
restart a little bit? Thank you. Yeah, I'll stand by the phone. Don't worry. How's it going, everybody? I'm excited to present VibeView, an app that's disrupting an age-old industry. My name is Andrew Pesci. I'm joined by Sam Angelo and Aliana Taniazov. I want you to imagine this. You and your friends are getting ready for a night out, but you have no idea where to go. You can go to a spot that's too packed, completely dead, or just not your vibe. VibeView is created to solve this exact problem. By offering live streams of the bars in your area, you can check out the scene in real time before heading out. We're taking the guesswork out of nightlife. We have over 150 waitlist signups, mainly Manhattan college students. We've secured LOIs from bars within this area, as well as incorporated feedback from over 20+ bars in New York City, ensuring our app is the best version it can be.
The bar goers aren't the only ones with the problem here. Bar owners struggle
He
too.
needs the microphone.
There you go.
They have trouble reaching their target audience in a cost-effective manner. They struggle with promotion visibility, and they also have a tough time driving foot traffic on slower nights. And at the same time, bargoers often end up wasting a ton of unnecessary money on Uber and cover charges, often just to end up at the wrong spot.
Now that's where VibeView steps in. By offering customers the option to view the vibe before they arrive, they can save time, save money, and access exclusive deals.
This is how our app actually looks like. After you sign up, you'll be redirected to homepage where you have access to our main feature, which is GeoMap. By clicking to one of those markers, you'll be redirected to a bars page where you can see actual live feed. Our app is coded using TypeScript programming language and React Native framework, and our server is coded using Nest.js. On the top, we have our bar integration cost, which includes Raspberry Pi motherboard and Raspberry Pi camera. It costs around $180 per bar, but as you'll see on the next slide, the payback will be quick. And on the bottom, we have our overhead expenses, which include Cursor and AWS subscriptions.
We have 2 core customer segments and 4 main revenue channels. To start, we won't be focused on monetizing our users until we reach a certain level of critical mass. We'll be focused on our core revenue channel, which is the bar subscriptions. That's going to be priced at around $100 to $200 per month, and that's based on the feedback that we've collected from the bars we've surveyed.
Our only real competitor, Bar Glance, functions more as a social media platform and is limited to Charleston. They lack scalability and functionality due to poor management as well. Other apps like BarTap and Hotspot only offer a geomap feature. Our app is the only one that offers these live stream camera features and a geomap feature, which we believe is going to be a competitive advantage, number one, and allow us to capitalize on that new market.
Our target audience is US-based residents aged 21 to 32 years old. And as you can see in Figure 1, that population has grown dramatically. To get more specific, the percentage of single men and women in the United States has grown by roughly 30% on average since 1990. When it comes to our core revenue-generating customers, which is the bars, we've seen some tremendous potential in that market as well. The market grew from around $18 billion in 2020 to around $35 billion in 2022. So we're incredibly confident in the sustainability of this market, especially after seeing such tremendous growth during COVID, which was a time when going out was incredibly uncommon.
Our go-to-market strategy is a simple three-phase approach. Step one, we're building hype around the app, doing things like the Innovation Challenge, getting users to sign up on our waitlist. Step two, we're going to target the Manhattan College community. We've already secured LOIs from bars within this area. And then step three, we're going to target those major East Coast party schools, Rutgers, Penn State, by doing brand ambassador programs, partnering with fraternities and Grief Like, as well as partnering with the bars in those areas. As you can see here are our business documents. We're fully incorporated, which means we're legally and structurally prepared to accept any investments as well as any grants you guys might offer.
This visual shows how we're actually going to be utilizing those funds. It's going to start with the hardware and infrastructure cost. That's our bar integration. That's our Raspberry Pi motherboard and camera lenses. We'll also be investing heavily into our sales and campus ambassador program. We'll be paying out small commissions to any new bar or fraternity partnerships that materialize. Lastly, we're going to be investing heavily into marketing, growth, customer acquisition, and the aesthetic of our app itself. Just to reiterate, this is a problem that we've experienced personally, and that's why we're so eager and excited to bring this to market. This isn't just a hobby or an idea for us. This is something we've invested hundreds of hours of time, energy, effort, sweat equity, and money into, and we've developed a clear roadmap to scale. We're on a mission at VibeView to revolutionize the nightlife market, and we're just getting started. So who's with us? Thank you.
Judges? Questions?
I just didn't understand your channel distribution. I need the mic. Oh, there we go, sorry. I just didn't understand your channel distribution outside of this market. So it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, you have to go to every bar a couple of times, get them to sign an agreement, and then you have to go in and put in the fixture. Is that correct?
I actually love to answer this question. So I'm sure you've heard of Ring Camera. The way that Allian has coded it is where we'll have brand ambassadors basically acting as account executive salesmen. They'll go to bar, each bar in their area. From there, if those bars want to partner with us, Allian here is going to code it for them, send it to them in a little box, okay? Have a simple instruction manual for them to set it up, and they can do it on their own time. It's a very simple feature. Using the Raspberry Pi motherboard, it's exactly like Ring Camera.
So what's your compensation model for those salespeople?
Yeah, so we haven't actually discussed that yet. We've mainly been going bar to bar. Obviously, that's a little bit later stages, but we're definitely going to have a compensation model set up for those guys and incentivize them.
Okay.
You mentioned that you have three LOIs, right, locally here at the bars here. Is your software, the Ring Camera records what's on video, right? Are the bar owners concerned about that, about having video recordings of everything that's happening?
I'm really glad you asked that. So Allian has coded a Python script that goes over the camera. So yes, it's being recorded, but you cannot identify any individuals in that bar. So people, who are concerned with privacy, it's not going to be a problem. You can still see the vibe in real time, just not be able to identify any individuals.
And I can quickly add to that. In many states, and in most states, in fact, the privacy is, it's, you know, when you're in a public setting and bars are considered a public establishment, the expectation of privacy is non-existent in public. So we've gotten legal consultations, and we would be, you know, protected under that. There's no legal concerns there.
How do you plan to generate revenue? Is this a subscription-based app? Is the cost absolved by those that are bar goers through a subscription, or is it the bar owners that pay you a fee for this service, or do all of the above?
Yeah, so we do have 4 core revenue channels. The main one is going to be those bar subscriptions. And the reason, you know, the value add there is that they're going to be able to effectively spend a lot less than what they're currently paying in effective social media marketing campaigns to reach their local target audience. Once we reach a certain level of critical mass with users, we will be able to monetize that. There's going to be a paywall on each live stream. So before you're able to watch that live stream, you'll have to watch a 30-second ad. And if you wanted to bypass that, there will be a premium user subscription, $4 to $5 per month, ad-free.
You know, imagine you're one of the 50 bars on this app, and we're targeting over 50,000 New York people a weekend. To be on that app would be free marketing to over 50,000 people. I mean, that's kind of how we're aiming to grow this. So to be on the app would be almost like a premium, almost to be a little bit of a prestige to be on that platform. So.
You spoke briefly about your competition. I believe one was in North Carolina. What sets you guys apart, and what makes you think you're going to succeed over them, other than the fact that you guys have geo-tagging? Is there anything that sets you guys apart?
So it's that live stream feature. These other platforms do not offer that. BarGlance, our only real competitor, they only function as a social media platform. So people that go to a bar, they take a video and post it so other users can see what that bar looks like. We're going to go on there, we're going to install the cameras so people can check the app in real time. We've gotten a lot of great feedback from these bars, a lot of great feedback from people who are on our wait list, and we think that's going to be a much more interactive platform for people to go on, and that's how we're going to target that market. The other 2 apps like BarTap and Hotspot, they only function as a geo map, so it's basically just Apple Maps, except it's a different version. They're inactive, and they're not really the competition, but we did have to mention them.
Any other questions? Thank you, VibeView. VibeView revolutionizing nightlife. Our next group that will be coming to the stage, that will be presenting, is Rype Labs. The floor is yours. I'm sorry. As the judges are still tabulating their scores, again, next group we have up is Rype Labs. Excited to hear what they have to share in terms of their new innovation within the crypto space, Web3 space as well. We have, from Rype Lab, we have Paul Brennan, who is a School of Business grad student, data analytics. We also have Tristan Ferguson, as well as Tia Long C. I got that right? Okay. Sorry, apologies. Our judges, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, so again, turning it over to Rype Labs.
Hello everyone, we are Rype, a platform designed to make crypto both safe and learnable for beginners. But before we actually explain what Rype is, it's important for you to understand our backstory. You see, despite all of us having significant experience within the crypto space, we all have the same rite of passage. We have lost a significant amount of money to scams, fraud, and manipulation. This brought us together in 2024, where we asked each other one timely and imperative question. Why is crypto so confusing? After months of research and development, several conversations with our A-list advisors, as well as multiple focus groups, we've identified the problem. You see, it's really simple. There are too many tokens, too much manipulation, and too little information given to the actual user. But this presents a ripe opportunity. You see, with over 160 million Americans owning stocks and roughly 1/4 of this amount of Americans owning crypto, this presents an opportunity for us to onboard roughly 120 million Americans into the crypto space, but to do so in a way that prioritizes both safety as well as education. You're probably wondering at this point, well, crypto represents a $3 trillion industry. Why on earth is there really a gap in this market? And Paul will tell us why.
So current information markets either use too many hype-driven metrics or do not provide enough beginner-friendly education to the user. So this steers users towards fraudulent and manipulative projects, and Rype provides 3 key solutions to this.
So, like Paul had mentioned, we have 3 key ways in which we empower and benefit our users: analytics, learning, and engagement. And I'll turn it over to Ty for analytics.
Our analytics are unique. Unlike our market competition, whose focus is solely on the price-driven metrics, we actually evaluate a given cryptocurrency based on the levels of fraud found within their ecosystem, and then score that. And that allows us to rank them and create a list which we call the Rype 250. And this is all done via these 4 algorithms here.
Next, we have learning. Everyone wants to learn within the crypto space, so we make it a little easier. As you'll see, we have over 400 dedicated videos to explain both the Rype 250 as well as important concepts that one needs to have in order to fully understand the crypto space. But don't worry, anything that we can't answer within a video explanation, we have an AI-powered learning assistant that'll answer and provide clear explanations as well as educational recommendations for each given user. And then last but not least, and probably the most fun, our incentivized engagement. With Rype, we allow users to go through both the mining as well as staking process risk-free through a simulated experience. With this, we're able to really gamify the process and give them XP tokens. But it doesn't end here. Our regulatory advisor told us that once regulations fully clear up, we can develop a mechanism that we're able to convert our XP tokens over to a crypto utility token so that users actually are able to be monetized for their involvement within the space. But what makes Rype really special is that you have to share your pre-trading behavior through our data sharing requirement. What this does is allow us to fully democratize the crypto space and provide both exchanges as well as information markets with clear data on what users actually want before they purchase crypto. But it doesn't stop here. You're probably wondering, we're just a bunch of young adults. How on earth can we really compete in this space? Well, this is our competitive market advantage. What makes Rype really special is the fact that we can profit both ways. Instead of focusing on just buying and of course not selling, we profit from informed decision making, unlike exchanges. Next, of course, we have our first to market advantage. Rype is the first platform to really combine both education and analytics in a method that benefits beginners. Next, our data collection. No other information market collects data the way that Rype will, nor are they willing to give it over to exchanges for a fee. With our proprietary data, we're able to tell you exactly what you want when it comes to trading crypto before you decide to purchase. And then last but not least, there are high switching costs. Ty has developed a method in which the XP tokens decay over a time period if you do not utilize our platform. So if you choose to switch to a given competitor, you lose your XP and you're eventually losing a Rype token. With that being said, at the end of the day, we want users to enjoy the fruits of our labor, but we want you to do them while they're still ripe. Thank you.
Thank you, Rype Lab. I'd like to turn it over to the judges for questions.
Thank you for that. Given that this is such a crowded space, if I was an angel investor and I was to give you, let's say, $100,000 tomorrow, how would you guys use it?
Fantastic question. Yes, you're 100% correct. It's a crowded space, but Rype is really unique, and we hope to use that money in a very efficient way. First, we have to pay for our API costs. Ty has developed a very unique algorithm to really rate our tokens, but it does cost a bit of money. This will give us some runway for at least a year. After this, we're looking to develop our own wallet integration, so that when users come to our platform, they don't have to select the tokens one by one, but can integrate their wallet into the system, and we give them a general health score. On top of this, we plan to implement the money to have a marketing blitz, similar to Robinhood, where they're able to sort of engage and incentivize people before the platform came out through a waiting list. We do the exact same thing. And in fact, we're able to give people these XP tokens just by inviting their friends and family to sign up on the waiting list. Through this, we're able to spend that 100,000 pretty quick and differentiate ourselves within the space.
I'll go quick and jump in. And so the way that our infrastructure is designed currently is that we are already very horizontally scalable. So basically, we're able to scale to 100,000 users already. However, there is a set of features that we plan to implement during our advanced feature milestone, which would require scaling our development timeline. Adding more developers beyond just myself would be a big bonus to us.
I guess I would add to that, because the space is so crowded, what are you going to do to differentiate and really establish that trust? What's going to really distinguish you as the app that I should go to and trust that, you know, doesn't make me feel like you also are a scammer?
Yeah, no, great question. Once again, what makes Rype unique is that, first off, we are the first platform that prioritizes education and safety in a unique way. Now, if you go back to our analytics slide here, what you'll notice is that unlike information markets now that prioritize price-driven data or price trends, basically saying that, oh, Elon Musk tweeted out Doge, therefore buy Doge, we rate tokens based on the amount of fraud and manipulations occurring within their individual ecosystem. So that means that if Dogecoin, for example, has a high fraud rating on any of these metrics, they're rated lower on the scale versus a competitor or an alternative token, which would be rated higher. So instead of users just basically receiving what someone is telling them to buy, we tell you what's actually occurring within the ecosystem. That way you're making a better informed choice on what you eventually either buy or sell within the crypto space.
Yeah, and just to go along with that, we are the first platform that will combine both fraud-based analytics with token-specific education geared towards the individual and geared towards novice or beginner users. So this is currently not available in the market right now. And basically by providing both educational content and fraud-based analytics, we can help users, novice users, determine whether a coin is safe very quickly compared to competitors, where you have to go to 10 to 15 different sources in order to determine whether a coin is just safe.
Yeah, so I'll also tackle this question from a different vector though. So during our incentivized engagements, what we like to call our learn to earn feature, that differentiates us greatly from current market competition. For example, something like Coinbase Learn. It's basically just a slush fund that they pool funds together and will pay out to users based on the amount of videos they watch, etc. Our learn to earn feature is a blockchain-based protocol that I've been able to design based on my past experience working for blockchain-based companies, and which is essentially just a sustainable model for generating liquidity, generating funds to then pay out to the users in the form of our learn to earn feature set.
And then last but not least, I have to bring you back to our competitive market advantage. Rype collects specific data on their users that no other information market is currently collecting. Why they can't collect it is because of something very, very simple. They're focused on purchasing of crypto, which also means that Rype can profit both ways. When an exchange is focused strictly on the purchasing or buying of crypto, they're not able to expose the true nature of particular tokens listed on their platform. With Rype, we profit both ways because we're not concerned with whether a user buys or sells crypto, but we're more concerned with them making an informed decision within the general ecosystem. But then with our data collection, is exchanges can continue to make this mistake. That's okay. we will provide them with the data to where they no longer have to make these mistakes, and you can actually tell them through the learn to earn feature, and obviously indirectly through the data collection, what you want to hear when it comes to their platforms. So we democratize the crypto space, but we make it more engaging for the regular user. Insiders don't get to always have fun.
Do we still have time, or we?
Time for one more question.
You want to take it, Mike? You want?
I got one.
Yeah, go for it.
Can you explain the economics of your company?
Yeah, so let's start first with our freemium model subscription. So we spent most of our time telling us the story about Rype. Let's start with the freemium model. What makes Rype really special, and we have to do a general landscape, when you look at all the competitors associated with the crypto space, what you'll notice is an average cost of roughly $30 to $40 a month to be able to have these type of metrics. Metrics that don't even matter to the general user. With Rype, we're able to do this just at $5 a month. Now, if we take the fact that we're able to appeal to, let's say, 2% of the 120 million users that potentially get on board within the general crypto space, that presents us with 2.4 million users. Assuming that each one of those users spends, let's say, $5 a month for 8 months on our general platform, that produces a significant amount of money, almost $100 million in which Rype is able to use in terms of a general profit or general revenue stream. But outside of just our freemium model subscription, remember, we have an API setup which Ty is developing to where we're pouring this data over to the exchanges.
Yeah, and so a part of our advanced feature set that we plan to expand on, we will probably end up exposing some of our internal APIs for other companies. If we want to create a revenue stream where we're more business to business versus business to consumer, that's a potential revenue stream that we easily can implement should we see fit at any time, basically.
Yeah, and one last revenue stream is our proprietary data collection that we will eventually sell to exchanges so they can better understand their consumers and what type of tokens they would like to buy, what type of projects they would like to see. And this will be very informative to the exchanges and will be a high value data set that they would love to see in the future.
Thank you. Thank you, Rype Labs. How many people feel better about buying crypto now? As the judges are finished tallying their vote, the next group that we have coming to the stage to present is sustainability.
Like a paper at school, you know?
Thank you.
As the judges are finished doing their tabulations, we have Daniel, computer engineer. We have William
developing
from the School of Business
system
with data analytics.
to
We have
pull
Russell
carbon
Thompson, who's an
dioxide out of a
electrical
building
engineer. And we also have JC,
and dispose of it.
who's also a mechanical engineer. Looking
I
at
thought it
this
was about to say
multidisciplinary
Yeah.
team,
because I was like,
we can see what
practical.
sustainability has to offer.
You know, and, you know, look at all the customers. I mean, hundreds of customers just out the window.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Just right here, the third one from the last one. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All boys this year. So
It is interesting.
usually we get more women.
Hey man, why are you throwing a recyclable in the trash?
It's just one water bottle, what's the big deal?
The deal is there are over 5 trillion pieces of plastic in the ocean right now, just like this.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I do want to care, but I just don't have time for this. It's New York, I got places to be.
What if there was an AI autonomous solution that recycled trash for you?
Introducing Sustainabin.
Good afternoon. My name is Jason Matu. I am a mechanical engineer, a sophomore here at Manhattan University.
My name is William Heaney. I'm also a sophomore, and I'm a business analytics and CIS double major.
My name is Massimo Dada. I'm a sophomore electrical engineer.
I'm Daniel, a sophomore computer engineer. So here's our CAD model of our first prototype. We call it Qui-Gon Bin for you Star Wars fans out there. So the circuitry will be at the top with the AI camera facing down. Your servo control plate will rotate and the item will fall in the left or right bin. For our purposes, we made the left bin plastic and the right bin paper. So here's me testing out the actual AI model. So using a Batmobile Spider-Man, basically when the Batmobile gets detected, a red LED will light up. When the Spider-Man gets detected, a blue LED will light up. So what I like to do for these kind of complex machineries is just start off with an LED, make sure an LED works, and then you can transition to a servo and replace those LEDs out. So this is the full prototype. So as you can see, the paper got put to the right bin, the plastic will be put to the left, with all the circuitry on top. And this very prototype was presented in Manhattan University's open house last semester. It was a great hit, everyone loved it.
So what would the customer base be? So a product like this would normally be in places like industrial facilities, but our product specifically would be for homeowner use and residential use, as well as in offices and schools. And we've even talked to a bunch of professors on campus, and they expressed a lot of interest on having this throughout the school.
So, you've seen our product and you've seen what we're targeting. I'm going to break it down. This is a sustainable product for the smart waste management market. In the 2024, the market size was $3.5 billion US, which is a 12% increase from the previous year, and is expected to increase nearly threefold to around $9 billion by 2033. And globally, the market is about $626 billion, so it is a sustainable product. So how much will it cost to make a sustainable? This will be the smallest model of a sustainable, which is just stripped so you can see how small this one is. This only has 2 bins. This would cost about $65 to $75 to make, and then the filament could go up, which would drive the price to possibly $80 at the most. But there would be bigger options available that would have 3 compartments, and that obviously would cost more. So we would sell this for about $150 per unit at this size. And then we would estimate our first year revenue to be around $26,000 per year, which would also include, we would sell the data that the AI camera inside of it collects based on garbage recycling and stuff of that nature.
So who would the competition be? Here we have 3 different models, Binny, Recyclebot, and TrashBot. You can see Binny over there and TrashBot there. But the problem with all of these is that they can cost anywhere from $1,500 to $7,000, which it's a lot of money. They're also very big and complicated to install, so not very user friendly.
Now, how do we plan to market and sustainability? Our first step would be to first implement this around campus, and then if that is successful, we will also implement this around parks and public spaces such as Broadway Joe's. And we will do this with our social media campaign that is currently in progress.
So what's next for sustainability? Obviously, we don't want this plugged into the wall all day. That's just not power efficient, not financially efficient. So what we can do is let Mother Nature power for you. If we can place these outside and put solar panels on top, that can be even more environmentally friendly.
And also, in order to reduce some trash buildup and to more effectively recycle trash, we would use a conveyor belt.
And lastly, when we first started this project, I did a lot of research on using recycled filament, which would also make it cheaper to produce. The idea was, what if we could take the plastic people are putting in our bin and make more bins in the future out of that? If we were able to get any sort of funding, that would be the first thing I'd like to do, was acquire that machinery from a company so that we can start that immediately and we can get making bigger bins just using like our Snapple bottles. Thank you so much. We are Sustainabin.
Thank you, Sustainability. Now we will turn it over to the judges for questions.
You guys identified several competitors out there. Do you know how many units they've sold and what their cost of delivery is and what size their sales teams are?
No.
Okay.
We blatantly honestly
Fair enough.
did not do that because it was their targeting is strictly industrial. You cannot go and see this anywhere. I think maybe they implemented one in an airport at LAX, I believe, but they don't implement it in anything. And we're specifically trying to target campuses, residential neighborhoods, houses, or even our own apartment off campus a few minutes from here. That's really our niche market, but that was the closest thing we could find to a competitor.
Thank you.
I was just curious, have you thought about this for an industrial use for sorting?
Yes, we actually did. And Massimo and I at the career fair here spoke to many people in the construction industry, and we actually asked them about that. And just like Will said, they all kept it industrial, so we'd like to go residential where no one has anything like this, and we could really attack that sector.
I'm gonna add one thing on to that. I spoke to someone at, some of the Islanders fans go to UBS Arena all the time. I was speaking to someone who's the vice president there. They were very interested in the bin. They were more interested in collecting the data from the bin, and they were interested in, after we implemented it at the school, collecting the data to see if it would be sustainable for them to use at UBS Arena down in Belmont Park.
You did a breakdown of your costs. Does that cost include all of your overhead expenses?
Yes, it does include our overhead expense. If you look here, it is materials, labor, and our overhead.
Okay.
The assembly was just, currently they're just assembled by us in our apartment, so it's not a great complex to do it in, but it's our printers and it's us assembling it. This was the first very rough model, and it includes everything from your power sources, your $10 camera that collects the data. Everything is included in the cost of 75 for a bin of this size, all printed.
I think it's a great product. Simplicity cuts both ways. I think this is a very simple product, which is great, but you were saying that you would use solar to energize this. Do you see this only as an outdoor product, or would you do something for indoor products as well?
No. Solar was just mainly because this has a bunch of potential outdoors to just save even more energy, because it's an AI model, but you're just using more energy. What's the point? It might not even be sustainable. But we would probably just have something separate for indoors and outdoors.
Yeah, just to add on to that, I'm personally part of the solar district competition here at Manhattan University, and the whole point of that is to put solar panels on top of some of the buildings at the school. So we can even part of the project, I can bring this up, potentially use some of that power for these bins. So, and would obviously start off small, see how that goes, and then keep adding.
And one last thing, this bin, which also includes, has ultrasonic sensors on the inside, so if the bin does get too full, it will ding, so you know that it needs to be emptied on a certain side. The entire thing was able to be powered by my laptop for about 6 hours straight, so it does not take up that much power, just as a side note. Any more questions?
Good job.
Thank you.
As the judges are tabulating their vote, our next group up will be Slay Spray.
This was sustainable.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, we've had a great array of student startups thus far, from within the crypto space, within AI-powered receptacle can, to VibeView in terms of revolutionizing the nightlife scene. This is, again, what we've been talking about in terms of the entrepreneurship program here in the college, to really think about new ideas that can be revolutionary to change the landscape. As the judges are winding down, I will turn over to Anna from Place.
Hi, my name is Anna. I am a graduate student here at Manhattan College, and I am also currently a bartender at UBS Arena. Welcome to Slay Spray. Our mission is to connect women across New York City towards the common goal of increased confidence and safety throughout New York City. As this headliner states, New Yorkers reveal their fears over being city's next random crime victim, having to watch out all the time. With me having my own personal brand of PTSD, I hate looking over my shoulder. Slay Spray has a solution for New Yorkers where mace can be hard to acquire. Sleigh spray is a paint spray that was engineered with a paint formula and is a way to mark potential danger. Almost 1 in 3 women will be sexually assaulted in their lives, and 1 in 5 men will be assaulted, which are only reported statistics due to stigma, and sleigh spray has an answer. With this sleek and cute design, sleigh spray will add extra flair to any outfit while giving you a sense of peace and security. Being 3 inches in length and 2 inches in diameter, these are perfect travel keychain. Simply unlock this spray bottle keychain and spray the person's clothing, and they will be marked in order to alert law enforcement. I was inspired by my NYPD father, who stated that spray paint is way better in self-defense than mace, because opposed to mace, paint marks the person and makes them look different from a population of people. Currently, it is about $12 to buy 10 of these bottles off of Amazon. On the supplier store, Alibaba, it is a little cheaper, but it takes longer to acquire, so I have been using Amazon to buy it. It is about $5.50 after creating the sleigh spray product with the label, so I have been selling them for $24.99 with the added charms. For example, I am a musical theater girly, so I have charms that represent theater to me, which I also hope to make it a more personalized experience when people are wearing this product. Without the charms, it has been charged for $19.99. For 100 stickers from Sir Speedy, it was about $50, so that's where most of the expenses are going currently, as well as website building on both Squarespace and Shopify. I pride myself on networking with people from different parts of my life, and I'm grateful for the company Sir Speedy, who produces the logo stickers. Frank Sanchez, who is the owner, is also a pianist and has accompanied many musicals I've been in. So far, I have sold about 20 to 25 through word of mouth and through entrepreneurship events, as well as community outreach. So I've made about $200 so far from the products, but after materials, I've taken away about $100. I enjoy doing social media marketing for Training Day Comedy, which is a comedy club, and Jared Waters has been a great mentor within the past 4 years and has felt like family. We've been potentially talking about sleigh spray at their summer shows in Astoria Park. I've been an assistant for Nicole Young, who's a trailblazer in entrepreneurship for Frisky Whiskey, and I've learned a lot of valuable skills from her and connected with fellow survivors who are excited to help market this product thanks to her help. And it's been amazing helping her on her morning segments on Pix 11, where she comes up with her own recipes for people to try and gives the spotlight to many different Black-owned businesses. Nicole has her very own sleigh spray, and I'm excited to do an interview with her discussing my product. It has been an honor being an assistant. Yesterday, I worked an event for Frisky Whiskey at the WeWork startup office in Harlem and connected with many like-minded individuals who are excited for the future of sleigh spray and even sold a bottle of sleigh spray. What you're seeing right now is my competitive advantage. By talking about my own journey with domestic violence and how it has impacted my mental health, I have been able to create a platform of over 10,000 people, and I've been able to monetize my account when making videos, as well as adding sleigh spray to my storefront. But the next steps, I would like to utilize Shopify. I am just working on the domain, but I do have the website up, as well as Squarespace. My level of expertise for networking is through word of mouth, and this is a full circle moment for me. As a girl, I would sell products of my own for hours on end on the beaches of Fire Island, and it has proven to be a great skill. However, I'm hoping with this competition that I can create a stronger digital presence using Squarespace as well as Shopify. With my following of 10,000 on TikTok and 1,500 on Instagram, I do believe that this gives me a great advantage. Lastly, in addition, I have 2 phases of the sleigh spray product. Yes, I've already sold the paint product itself, which I will ask for a volunteer to spray my jacket. For the phase 2, I'm hoping to build an app that connects survivors and women throughout New York City for hotspots of danger, potentially on the subway, as well as resources within a zip code. For example, you put in 11001, I want there to be clubs or stations where people can go for help, and this would be connected to a Bluetooth tracking device, which is a part of the phase 2 of the project, which, if granted any money at all, that's where most of the funding would be going, also towards the domain on Shopify. Thank you for your time and consideration. I hope you all slay your day, and I do need a volunteer to help me. Okay, cool. So you're gonna unlock your bottle. So this does not get all over your product, and this is a personalized paint formula. So you can spray my magnet.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
There we go. And you're going to spray the person who's freaking you out. Let them know what color they are wearing. It also lets people know around you that there is danger. So thank you.
Hi, how you doing? So your competition, from my understanding, does the opposite of what you do. They are like pepper spray and mace, which gets the person away from you. What is this supposed to do when it just marks them? How does it make it, your attacker?
I really enjoy this question. So I marketed that you mark their clothing, but this is natural ingredients that we are using. You can also spray it in their eyes and mouth, but for legal purposes, which I have asked lawyers about because I'm trying to build a patent on it, it's not smart to market it to spray it in the face. But if I say that I'm doing this with clothes, that is a much better way, and also we're hoping that by spraying someone's clothes, it would not have to escalate to that point. Because the issue with mace in New York City, legally you have to be 18 to acquire it. This can lead to a lot of roadblocks and also can be illegal if you use it on someone. Also, tasers are completely illegal in New York City. Even though that this can give you a sense of security, you can actually get sued for this, as well as mace. So with the natural ingredients, your eyes will not be damaged with the Slay Spray formula, but it's simply for marketing reasons after talking to a patent lawyer.
Thank you. You mentioned you spoke to your father, who's a police officer, right? Did you speak to anyone in special victims to understand the psychology of?
Yes, so I've actually minored in psychology, and a big hope of mine is that I can work with domestic violence victims, but specifically I've talked to a probation officer, and I've also talked to many women who work within that business. I don't want to call it a business, but that's what it's become. And they are very hopeful of this product because they do think that it can instill a sense of hope and confidence in their survivors so that they can navigate the world better.
Awesome. I have one more, if you don't mind. I love the problem you try to solve, by the way.
Thank you.
And so you're private labeling this, right? You're not doing
Yes.
the manufacturing. Okay, great. I want to make sure I understood that right.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
I don't have any questions. I like the vertical integration as well, so.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Any other questions?
Can we see the? Oh.
This is the red color.
Right.
But I really enjoyed your question specifically because I kind of wasn't anticipating that. The difference with Slay Spray opposed to mace, if you're not going directly for their face right away, we're hoping that this deters the person enough. But if they don't, you know what to do.
Thank you. As the judges are tabulating, we have our next student coming up. Something I want to highlight. Marcos is an exchange student, so this is again the second year of the exchange students coming in and competing in this challenge, which is great. Again, looking at making our innovation challenge international as well. So Marcos, again, thank you for participating in our innovation challenge during your exchange year here at Manhattan University.
Thank you.
With that, the judges already finished tabulating. I'll turn it over to you, Marcos. Oxy Space.
Hello everyone, my name is Marcos Gomez, and today I'm excited to introduce you to Oxy Space. To give a bit more context, we are from the studio, a team of 6 talented members, and our journey has been fueled by GameVCN and free-to-play campus, thanks to mentorships and funding. We've also had the opportunity to participate in both local and worldwide events, including Gamescom. So now let's move on to the main problem. In the gaming market, there is a bunch of games that are lacking of deep customization and unique elements. So often the player feels stuck in a repetitive gameplay with little room for creativity. So as a solution, we made Oxy Space, a mobile game that blends fast-paced action with a strategic-based management, where you can build your own base and also customize your robot to compete in unique arenas. So you won't only feel the evolution on your character, but also on your base. Our primary audience are players aged from 50 to 30, iOS and Android users. The market is projected to grow at 10.4% over the next 10 years, being a great opportunity for us. And looking for similar successful games, we see that most of them are making millions of revenue and billions of downloads. So we position ourselves between this cartoon and realistic art style, also aiming a little bit more for a hardcore audience. Our business revenue model is mainly based on in-app purchases and ads, being the 80% from chess, battle pass, and resources pack, and also this 20% remaining from rewarded ads. And to acquire users, we plan to have digital marketing, events, and a referral program, being 80% from content creators' ads, 7% from the events, and the 13% remaining from the referral program. So let's talk now about the past and how everything started. Our journey began in 2021 when we posted a TikTok that went viral, so that inspired us to turn our idea to reality. Then we were selected by GameVCN incubation program, following by free-to-play campus, and currently, then we established the company by 2024, and currently we are doing the MVP testing with partnership with Ducky Publishing, and with this MVP finish that we have already available on Android. So talking about next steps, by Q1 we plan to secure $5,000. Then Q2, thanks to Game Tech Acceleration Program, 63,000. Q3 soft launch, and as a final step, the global launch. In order to achieve this global launch, we have some industry connections as Ducky Publishing, Boombit, Miniclip, and Crafton, and also some potential business angels and investors. And in order to achieve this global launch, we need more or less 260,000, coming 200,000 from marketing and the 60,000 remaining for game development. So with this initial investment on the game development and the 200,000 on the marketing, we plan to break even on day 100. So this is all. Thanks for your information. Thanks for your attention. In case you want to reach out, here you have the information.
Well done. You mentioned the break even at day 100, right? I'm not sure if it was on that slide or not. What does the future projection look like then?
The future projection is based on the investment on marketing. So this break even is a little bit like delayed because of the lifetime value that we already measured and we considered, and the user acquisition cost. So every time we do a campaign, it's like easier to reduce the cost of the user acquisition, and also the lifetime value if we improve our strategies on game, and we have updates and seasons. We plan to more or less achieve $9 or $10 lifetime value. So by reducing the cost of user acquisition and increasing the lifetime value, this is expected to go even farther.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you, good presentation. do you have some expectation of acquisition, or what is your exit on this?
The acquisition, we already were doing some testing with Ducky Publishing of 5,000 users. So more or less, we were looking at the feedback and the cost and different regions, and from there we are optimizing with the team the next ads for the global launch.
Let me ask this question differently. So, like, the life cycle of games is relatively short, I'm going to guess, right? Like, they get a lot of enthusiasm and then somebody's on to the next, or do they continue to play? Like, tell me about that.
There is this metric called retention that more or less we focus on day 7 and day 30 retention, where you can see from the ads how many players are still playing on day 30, for example, and we can compare these metrics with the competitors and more or less see if we are doing good or not. I don't know if I answered the question.
I just think that you're so far along on this, as in every business, you need to think about sort of what is next. And I don't know what happens in the game space, if it's you get acquired by somebody and then the game gets to the next level.
So it's a free-to-play game, so you can play it for free, and always, in order to keep it going, you have to release new content and make updates with usually a publisher, for example, Ducky Publishing.
Okay.
So they are defining some goals and days that you should do in order to increase the retention, for example, and then they give you money for doing that goal.
Okay, thank you.
I think I'll continue to ask your question. Are you hoping to continue to develop additional games in an ongoing basis, or are you hoping eventually to sell this product?
That's a really nice question. We are from the studio, a team that we've been working together in different incubation programs, and as a team we've always loved to develop games, and we plan. In fact, we have a document that has 5 or 6 different future game ideas in order to escalate the company, not only with Oxy Space, but with other kinds of genres or video games.
I like the concept. Just, can you tell us a little bit more about your revenue model?
Yeah, 1 second. So, as most of these freemium models on mobile games, there are you can download it for free, and then once the player is engaged and is enjoying the game, they can, for example, go to the shop and watch an ad, and when they finish watching the ad, they get a reward. They can get a chest, for example. Also, there are these battle pass that are seasonal products that you can unlock exclusive thematic elements and the resources packs that you can get in order to, for example, build a new structure in your base or upgrade your robot.
Wait, so once I get the paid subscription, I download the free model. That's, I guess you're getting 20% of your revenues from there. Once I get the paid subscription, what does that look like? What's the cost of that?
No, like, in fact, if you download it for free, you can play it for free the time you want. There is no subscription. These are one-time purchase items that you can get like an extra if you're really enjoying the game and you want to get more rewards or accelerate your progression in the game.
And that makes the ads go away, or the ads always stay?
The ads option is always there.
Gotcha.
So the player always can decide not to not watch any ad or not spend any money. They can do both, or they can do only the in-app purchases.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mark, from Oxy Space. Again, don't forget that we need need everyone to stay around because there will be the audience favor that everyone here can participate as well as online can participate who will win the audience favor. And with that, while the judges are tabulating their votes, we have our last group to present.
Thank you.
As the judges of Tuesday, we have Paul Harrison, who is an electrical engineer, and we have Jeffrey pronunciation, Matarazz, who is a mechanical engineer as well, and they are presenting VexG. As we are almost ready, and again, everyone here has a role in terms of voting for your audience viewers. So again, please stick around while the judges are tabulating your votes. And with that, I will turn it over to VexG.
Hello, everyone. So, VexG. Okay. So, before I get into my business presentation, I'd like to talk a little bit about Paul and I and our summer internship experiences at working for energy engineering companies. We spent weeks and months poring over Excel spreadsheets, creating data visualizations and reports, and even writing custom software programs to analyze energy trend data and financial analysis for buildings and facilities across buildings in New York City. We found out that there's a need for fast, cost-effective, and actionable analyses for the energy sector. We saw that the energy industry is built on data. With that data, we're getting it from sensors, smart meters, IoT devices, you name it. But companies in the industry are falling short with being able to keep up with analyzing it and getting the insights that they need to make a difference, improve energy efficiency, and be more sustainable, and power our modern world. And that's why we created VexG, our cloud-based software platform providing data analytics as a service for the energy sector. So this is our minimum viable product demo, where users can log on to our web app dashboard, upload their energy data in any type of format, select our specialized energy analysis module, in that case it was the heat pump efficiency module, customize our real-time data analytics engine to tailor fit their analysis, click submit, and view their results and data visualizations in seconds, all at the click of a button.
Upload, customize, analyze, evaluate. It's that simple, folks. Who are we serving? The entire energy supply chain. All the way from utility companies, huge utility companies like Con Edison, all the way to building managers and everyone in between. Now, I'm very happy to announce our first partner and client, none other than last year's winner of the Manhattan University Innovation Challenge, CarbonClare. We're partnering with CarbonClare to do their data analytics for the carbon capture systems that they're installing at Mount Sinai Hospital. From this, we'll be creating our carbon sequestration module that we'll be adding to our suite of micro applications for the data analytics sector.
Now you might be wondering, what's our revenue stream like? So with our flexible two-tier subscription model, starting with our enterprise option, that's where in the early stages of our platform development, we're partnering with companies like CarbonClare in the energy industry to make those tailor-fit modules that they can use. And then, as we expand our repertoire and collection of these modules to meet other needs that other energy companies can have, we also have our professional subscription for $49.99 a month that they can also use.
Now, what are we doing with all of our money? First and foremost, most of our money is going to be spent on cloud services that support our data infrastructure that provides the platform for our entire service. Next is going to be software engineering and paying software engineers as we try to scale our platform more effectively, as well as marketing and sales as we try and reach a wider client base.
So now for competitors. 90% of the people in this room probably have never heard of these companies, but these are multi-billion-dollar big data analytics and data processing companies that cover a variety of industries and also cover the energy sector. However, the way that VexG is different from them is that we are engineering based. Mechanical and electrical engineers, our energy is our bread and butter. We strive to understand the nuances and the complexities and how to apply data analytics to solve those problems and have an effective impact for energy companies. And with that bottom-up engineering-based approach, we offer a different perspective than these generalized, big-picture, top-down corporations.
All right, before we close things off, I want to introduce you to the team that makes this all possible. Jeffrey, studying mechanical engineering at Manhattan University, myself, studying electrical engineering here as well, and our data science lead, Juliana Perucci, studying data science at Boston University, listening from home right now. Thank you for listening. Visit our website at vexg.com, where you can find everything you saw in this presentation and more.
Thank you. So I see that you have a very wide customer segment. I'm going to think of myself as a consumer of this product. Aside from the data that I'm getting, what problem are you helping me solve? I know you mentioned some partnerships with Con Edison, but if I'm showing up to use this product and I'm downloading data, what am I getting? Am I going to go to my, Con Edison and let them know that there's a shift?
So let's say you're a building manager. You're in charge of a building and all of the energy it uses and how much you spend on that energy. And you have a building management system, a software where you get readouts from your equipment and from your thermostats and everything of the energy usage. You can upload that onto our software. You upload that data file, if it's a CSV or Excel or whatever, and then you can select a module for something that you need. Let's say you need to do a return on investment, ROI, internal rate of return, net present value, something where you need to see, okay, if I install a new heat pump or a new air handler unit, how will that impact my energy usage and save me money and also save energy? And which will then, of course, affect your utility bills. And so you upload that, you select that module, right? And we have modules covering a whole lot of different needs that are repetitively and they're practical, and they're things that are seen in the industry a lot, in different cases, different places in that energy supply chain. And then you get your analysis. In this case, the heat pump one, it's like you can see coefficient of performance, energy efficiency ratio, things about your heat pump based on that data you have. Your power consumption of the unit, for example. That's just that one we used here. But there's a variety of needs. Again, it's a platform for the energy industry, and there's different needs across that client base.
So data collection is very expensive, and it's very time consuming also. How do you guys plan on automating? Let's say I'm a building manager. How do you guys plan on automating my data collection so I don't constantly have to enter data into your system?
Yes. So the web app, as you see here in our ecosystem, this is kind of our roadmap for where the VexG vision is going. As you saw this is our web app where you can do that static, not real-time upload of data that you already have. Let's say if you're an engineer and you have it from a building that's a client. You're not getting it in real time. It's from the past. So you can do that, but we are also, as our data analytics engine is in the center of everything we do, we're also working on an IoT platform where we can help create real-time data streams interfacing with those building management systems that are in large facilities, like this building, for example, are already there. So, and that would be a real-time connection to send data right to our engine, because the engine's in the cloud, and it's accessible from anyone. And we also have our API, right, that connects all of this together. And that API, we also have our software development kit, our SDK, and numerous programming languages, Things like our Visual Studio Code extension, our Excel plugin, and even integrating machine learning and AI to make the analytics more effective. And then we have, our whole ecosystem is geared in that direction. So introducing machine learning, AI, and IoT real-time data streams is also the next step. But there's a lot of companies in the industry that already handle the IoT part of it. The fun fact about this is that we started working on a company in the energy industry, or startup, back in 2023 up to now, but it wasn't VexG. And we actually, our initial focus was all about IoT. Raspberry Pi, trying to cheaply send data to the cloud and in real time. But we realized that there's so many companies that already have that down, and buildings are already hooked up to systems like that. And the real issue, the next step, is being able to analyze that data and get the insights that you need to actually make decisions. And that's the focus. We can get data all day long, but if we can't get the valuable insights out of it, it's not worth it. So that's why we pivoted and refocused and built VexG to focus on just the data analytics portion that we saw was lacking in the industry. And we can partner and build on top of the existing IoT companies and platforms, like the company that I formerly worked at. We specialized in custom software and integrated with the BMS systems, and the whole thing was IoT. So they've been around for 20 years. So that's why we're focusing on this and integrate with them too. Lots of integration. Thank you.
As you guys know, right, local law 97 is an energy compliance, energy efficiency ordinance in New York City.
Yes.
There's a bunch of them throughout the country. Is that what you're targeting?
So for that carbon sequestration module that we're working with CarbonClear on, that is something that applies to that we factor in. So the energy industry obviously has more to it than carbon emissions and stuff. It's also just the grid, saving electricity, generating electricity, all of those different parts from supply to demand, with the utility companies, engineering firms, developing new energy projects, and then of course the end user, which are the buildings, facilities, homes. And so with that, we are working to, we can have also a local law 97 module if that's something that we see that a lot of clients, let's say New York City, are working on. So things like that are in the works.
Okay, thank you.
So I have a Sense app on my phone, and my neighbor, the electrical engineer, loves this. Whenever he comes over, he wants to see where my electrical usage is going, but I'm a marketing guy, so I just think it's a nice app. What's your moat?
Sorry, moat?
Moat is what is going, a moat is something that is around a castle, so they can't attack.
Yes.
Right? It's harder to attack. So what is going to stop somebody else from replicating your business?
So, again, there are large companies that focus on enterprise energy analysis, utility companies, and have very expensive products, very specialized products. But VexG is trying to cover the entire supply chain again. And so with that, and then applying the machine learning and AI and also the IoT integration. And what's really special about our platform is it's really just, it's helping to save time and money for engineers like us that have to actually look at the data and spend hours on Excel or even writing Python code to try to make some sort of scalable analysis program that can be used on multiple buildings, things like that. In my company, we had 1500 Broadway ABC studios. If you go back to our picture slide, you can see one of those pictures in the center. It was on the 15th floor mechanical room of 1500 Broadway, right on Times Square. And we went into these site visits, and we noticed, that's where we were getting an understanding for what's happening on the energy side. And then you go back to the office, and that's where you do the calculations, the computations, the visualizations, the analysis. And that's the part, we can save time with that and make it rapid. That helps those companies throughout the supply chain. And then, in turn, that's helping the entire industry as a whole, making it more energy efficient, making it more sustainable, saving money. And that everything we do at VexG is with that mindset. And so, again, it's from an engineering-based perspective. built by engineers, used by engineers to make our lives easier, and that's what we plan to expand our platform with and scale, which is, I would say, that moat that is unlike the big data companies that are just data analytics companies that are like, oh, we can go into the energy sector too and try our hand with that. But they're not engineers and they don't know the super useful things that engineers like Paul and I are like, oh, I wish we had this. It would make it so much easier and it would save hours of Excel. You know, so that's that.
Thank you.
Oh. That's okay. No, it's fine.
Thank you. So, again, thank you to all of the groups that pitched today, from VibeView to VexG to Rype Labs to Oxy Space to where is Slay Spray to who? I'm feeling I'm missing someone. Oh yeah, Sustainability as well. Again, right now we're at the next phase of the competition where the judges with the dean is going to deliberate on who will be the winner of this year's Innovation Challenge. And during that time, we will start looking at the audience favorite as well. So right now, you can mingle, have something to eat, have something to drink while the judges.
You guys in the room, in the hallway?
Okay.
In about 5 minutes. I just have to put these in.
Okay. This is great.
These guys are so smart. Wow.
Yeah, they're very, and innovative.
Did you do competition like this?
Here, they didn't have this program when I came. We do. So it was, I told Winston all the time, like, if they would have had this here when I was here, I probably would have been doing something completely different. Yes, absolutely. Behind a bunch of hugs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
With my camera.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Good. I don't want to be biased.
All right, I took a bunch.
Thank you. Yeah, it was, they didn't have that here. But it's great. But I've done competitions before.
Yeah.
But just not here.
But it's fun. It engages everyone, and it really pushes them out of their
And it pushes them out of the,
especially the questions that we're asking.
and not even just the comfort zone, but also to really rethink. There's so many phases to developing a business that actually and sometimes you get stuck in that idea phase. And even in the development of it, some of them have already been operational for quite some time.
I believe everyone's supposed to be inside.
Let's go. They gave us 5 minutes.
We had to go deliberation.
Sorry?
Deliberating for the winners.
Ready? Oh, sure.
Beautiful. Oh, she told us to meet us out in the hallway in 5 minutes, so all right, good. That's great. How are you? Nice to see you. How's everything going?
Excellent. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, my pleasure. It was fun. But
we have an engineer on the panel.
That's right. Such great insight from these guys and the vision for them, and especially some of them being sophomores and juniors.
Yeah. And I'm always encouraged. You don't know everybody's got it. But I think that they're wired in this way to solve problems, create things. It's exciting.
It is. It's a great mindset. Some of them solving very practical problems, and some of them solving more robust. We love that.
Yeah, there's not a problem that is complex.
Yeah.
Technical stuff.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Very good. Yeah, no complaints.
I see you keeping busy. You and your wife are doing a lot of good work.
We're trying.
How's that going? Is it exciting to do?
It is exciting to do. We got it started, and then we welcomed home our son from Haiti that we adopted. He's 13, December 31st. So that timeline, you never know when it's going to happen until you're on the way to the airport. So we kind of paused a little bit the marketing and all that effort. But we did do a workshop, and we had that planned already. We had that marketed for couples and helping them live more intentionally, set their long-term plans, and that was fun. That was great. The impact it had on the couples that attended was great. The amount of couples that attended wasn't great, but that's okay. It does. It does. We're having a lot of fun.
Is your son somebody you've known before?
Oh yeah, we were in the process for 5.5 years of adopting him. We have 3 adopted children, 1 from Beijing, 2 from Haiti.
I just want to tell you, I was thinking the whole way. We're going to be
Yeah,
here.
awesome.
So no rush, no rush.
And yeah, we have 4 biological kids, but yes, we have. And the adoption journey started here. I did trips to Honduras while I was here, and we volunteered building houses, and then we spent time in orphanages. Little girls studying Greece, changed my life. Changed my life. And my wife spent a year in Haiti after college. She's a nurse. She volunteered in the hospital, and on the weekends we'd ride the little moped as a tap to the orphanages. And so that's our yeah.
I was you're totally right. But yeah, I was glad that she's getting one. So I was pretty involved in it for over about a decade.
Yeah, but thank you so much for the opportunity. We really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it really is. It's been fun. Nice to see you.
Me too.
Yep. Thank you.
But yeah, fingers crossed it's all going to go right. He's a dog. He's a dog. I smile a lot, but I've got to work on that He's locked in. He's locked in right
Yeah, I'm a masters. Yeah, so it's like, yeah.
It's evening. Again, as the judges are deliberating right now, we're going to move to the audience favorites right now. So everyone, all of the team, everyone here in person, everyone here online, we're about to go to audience favorite, and I'm about to share with you the screen for that. Okay. And so.
It's like a
So here we go. You can go to Kahoot. You can scan this barcode and put in the game pin for Kahoot for the audience favorite. Everyone scan the barcode. Put in. Okay, everyone's already loading up right now. We have quite a bit of people. 20 people. 20. Wow. Okay. Everyone is hopping in there. You can scan the barcode, put in the PIN number so that we can figure out who audience favorite is. And we'll give it another minute for it to populate. Again, this is audience favorite. This is everyone here gets to choose who wins audience favorite. Everyone here as well as everyone online. 53 people, okay, 55, okay, I think. 60, all right.
I should get sent this to my track.
I am 4, okay. 70. All right, so we're about to start audience favorite voting.
Oh yeah, you just wait.
You'll have a minute. You have a minute for audience favorite.
Once it
Populate 75 people, 76. All right, people. All right, we're about to start audience favorite voting right now. 80.
No, I already did. You already did? Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Hopefully they're on right now. It's too late. I mean, the person.
Here we go.
The team with the most friends.
People
aren't going to vote this thing. So.
Which team wins the challenge? Okay, we have VibeView, Rype Labs, Sustainable, Space Free, Oxy Space, and
No, we're investing straight into the app. So, yeah, we have to.
He has like the most people.
He
said Oxy Space has the most people.
100%. I was saying all the information machines. So I think
yeah, it's the whole day in school.
But
Take the check and like disappear.
Yeah. We can't. I know we like legit can't do that. We've already invested too much money into it. So yeah, I mean a lot of it's just gonna be doing like upward payments. So we're gonna like pay for students overseas to help us out. But if you're actually serious about making
all right, bro. We're gonna talk, bro.
I mean, 30 seconds. See who wins. Audience members. Over 100 votes. 20 seconds.
There's a company that dollars. They will win.
15 seconds.
Paul, boys are on there.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, baby! Woo! Yeah!
We just have no friends.
Knowing we didn't invite you.
Hey, for all we know, that 11% could be our 3 votes. But that shows you either.
Bro, considering we didn't invite anyone here, I'm totally fine with it.
13 votes.
We didn't invite anyone at all. I'm totally, I mean, I don't think
Are you guys voting into the app as well?
We have actually
Yeah, I think so. Paul. Sorry. Okay, but what? No. Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, what's your name? Sam. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. 100%. I don't think I have it anymore, but I can put it into your I would take one of these rips. Oh, no, yeah, we have not created our LinkedIn just yet. We're perhaps not launching. This is like our first time going to public. We were like almost done with our MVP, so we're probably going to publicize it more so afterwards. Yeah, you'll be able to find that. Yeah, I'm sure you'll hear about it very soon. I honestly haven't done this in long. It's a combination of freelancers and combination of freelancers. Also, worked at he's already had a few other things. So but I'm 25, so I've had a lot more junior.
We're not sitting, no, we won't sit on developers.
We won't sit. Wait, no, sorry.
No, you're totally good.
Intense.
We need to, yeah. This is what we do this all the time.
Guys, welcome back. Let's start with the first prize. Guys,
Yeah, we're happy. Yeah.
the first one is audience favorite.
The winner is VibeView.
Yeah. It's good to have.
The third place is Sustain Ivan.
This is such a great school.
Yeah. Is this you?
No. You really enjoy it?
I love it.
Yeah.
Who has sustainability?
What I can.
You're supposed to give them their feedback? Is that you?
No.
Are you giving sustainability feedback?
No, I think that's you.
No, he's doing it.
No. Oh, so he's done.
We really liked your idea. We love the enthusiasm. You're all engineers, right?
I'm business.
Oh, okay. We think it's good to have a blended team of engineers and business people, or arts and science, or just, so we really like the idea. I personally thought that you have a much longer runway outside of recycling. I think that the sorting is really, a route for you guys to look at. Sorting of things in a manufacturing environment, because then it lowers the number of customers you got to talk to. Good job.
And the second prize goes to VibeView.
Yeah.
Again, for some judge feedback on on your deliberation for VibeView?
We think you guys did great. We think the product is good, the business concept. You matched and kind of gave a really good idea of how you differentiate yourselves from your competitors. I think there's some work in figuring out how you're actually going to get into these bars, some policies and regulations around recording, but those are all things that you can kind of work on as you develop the concept, but we do think that you have something good going on here.
And the first prize goes to Slay Spray.
Brian, you have some words for Slay Spray?
Yeah, absolutely. We liked the channel you're using. We like the fact that you already have some products out there for sale. We like the fact that you have some people that are going to be advertising and helping you push the product. We have some serious reservations about the actual effectiveness of the product and the psychology about what will happen. So before moving further, we would strongly encourage speaking to the Special Victims Unit in the Bronx and Manhattan and getting their feedback on it. But well done.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you so much, and it has been a very successful event, and thanks for our judges.
Before everyone goes, hold on. Before everyone goes, again, it doesn't stop here. There is another competition in a couple of weeks called the Battle of the Bronx. Manhattan University's entrepreneurs versus Fordham University entrepreneurs. That will be on April 23rd at Fordham University. And so looking forward to see people there and have people online as well for that competition. Again, another successful innovation challenge, looking to make next year the 13th annual innovation challenge bigger and better. Thank you to the judges. Again,
Can I say something quick?
Hold on, we have the judges who want to say something. Hold on.
I just want to say.
Hello?
I just want to say something to those that didn't win. I know as a business owner myself, it can be very challenging when you come and you show up and you present your best selves and you really take your time to put together a presentation. I don't want you to take this as an indicator that you're failing. There's always opportunity to do better. Think about the things that you could have said or done, or even the way in which you could have shown up. But I want to continue to encourage you. Everybody here had really good business ideas and concepts. You're all innovators. To be doing it at this point is amazing and is inspiring to me as someone who already has a business. So, you know, I'm sure that I speak for all the judges, are here to give you feedback if you have any questions. But I want to continue to encourage you all to keep going.
All the winners, please come up for a picture, everybody and the judges.
Very nice. Do it again. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Good job.
Congratulations.
Actually, all the competitors, not just the winners. We'll do one picture with all the competitors. Please come in.
But I enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
I don't know.
So, Rype Lab, Sustainable, Space Spray, VexG, please come up. So we can all have a group photo, please. Marcos, just come up as well.
I think it's only
Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoyed the presentation. I think it really has a lot of merit. It was pushing your
Thank you. That was a great presentation.
We have another presentation here.
What? This is hanging from the wall. Actually, moving on the wall.
Congratulations. Also, come back next year. We have a lot of products.
Yeah, we're just going here.
We're
going to try to have this better.
Yes.
We were watching it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hopefully, now you guys can judge there. You guys have like a past college energy on
Our reactions are so
100%.
Hey, so I'm really interested in what
Scale.
Here, as I can tell, right. But I mean,
Yeah, exactly. So
like you're, I live in rural Pennsylvania, and every Saturday, like put a box out, and I'm trying to. So